Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today we're taking a look at something really cool. This is made by Atwood Rope Manufacturing. This is called the Ready Rope. So, let me give you a little bit of background information about Atwood before we go into the review on this. Atwood Rope Manufacturing, also known as ARM, is a company that makes paracord and paracord accessories for the U.S. military and the government. They are a government contractor, but they sell to the public as well. So mine came with a bunch of stickers. I don't know if they normally do, but so if you ever see anything that says like ARM or Atwood Rope Manufacturing, it's them. So they make all sorts of things, not just paracord. They make other kinds of ropes, micro ropes, survival cord, something that's got the jute twine in it, fishing line, the cotton string, all that in there. And this comes in two different ways. This comes with, it's preloaded with 100 feet of 550 paracord. This actually right now is about 80 feet of paracord because I've been using it. And it comes in multiple colors. And you have all sorts of options and colors on this. There's like a neon green, there's this bright orange, which I like because it matches one of my backpacks. There's black, there's camo colors, there's blue. There's a lot of options. All right, so why is this a cool product? Well, it gives you about 100 feet of tangle. I say about because now I have less because I've used it, but 100 feet is what it comes preloaded with. Actually, when I measured it out, when I unspooled the whole thing, I got 100 feet and 2 inches. So I got a little bit extra. Not much, but a little bit extra. So that's cool anyway. But it's 100 feet of tangle-free paracord when you need it. It's actually literally what it says on their website. But it makes a lot of sense. It is. It doesn't get tangled. Obviously this one is not neatly wrapped back up as the ones when it first came in the package. But there's not much I can do about that. So let's talk about some of the information in here. All right. So as I said, it's preloaded with 100 feet of 550 paracord. So 550 paracord is good for like 550 pounds, which is tensile strength, which is good for, tying down tarps and hammocks and tying up gear. It's almost endless what you can do with it. Even as much as I hate it, especially if you read the blog post about it, I hate people using survival cord for shoelaces or using paracord for shoelaces. Paracord is fine for shoelaces as long as you don't remove the paracord. But I digress on that. So you can do all sorts of things with it. And I've already talked about it in several other videos. 550 paracord, even 1100 paracord, is not suitable for climbing. It doesn't have the elasticity, so it'll just snap, especially when you put a good amount of sudden shock to it. So that's bad. And in an emergency, if it's your choice of 95% chance you're going to die in a wildfire or something of that nature, or storm, and 5% chance you'll survive climbing down a cliff with paracord, most of us would take the 5% chance. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just be warned, it's not made for climbing. All right. So paracord itself is about 4 millimeters thick, or 5/32 for us imperial people. Weight is about 8 ounces per 100 feet. It's 7-strand core with a sheath on it. Now this thing that it's in, this thing, is actually really cool. So, and let me explain why. So not only does it wrap up your paracord just fine, and you could buy it without the paracord and just put your own on there. That's doable as well. But it comes with a way to hold it, like a lanyard. You can put a lanyard on this or hook it onto a carabiner. Pardon me, I sneezed there for a moment. You put it on something like carabiner. I only have my car key carabiner show you, which is a climbing carabiner. You can put this in the back of your backpack or your tool bag or whatever you want. So that'll hold carabiners just fine, right? There's this little hole down here, and there's a little hole down there. So you have other ways of wrapping this up if you need something else like some kind of fishing line or whatever you need to hold it. They're just giving you options. So these are both on the same side, so you theoretically could put something on this side, something on this side, and hold it horizontally off the back of your pack or whatever you're working on. Even your bicycle, put it like that way across the frame. Lots of options, right? So what's with the one in the bottom here? Well, the bottom looks kind of weird because, let's see if I can do this on camera without breaking the camera. There we go. It pops off. And on the inside it says Arm RR Cap 1 made in the USA. It's so hard to find stuff made in the USA now. That's awesome. Now, I'm going to try to do this without blinding anybody. You can see somewhat down there in the center. It's empty. It's hollow. Why would you need something hollow? Well, if you're doing anything with paracord, let me just grab a flashlight. Maybe I'll make it a little duller than that. There we go. So there's a little ledge on the inside. Of course, I can't get it to focus on it. There's a little ledge right there. You can see it. That is to prevent a lighter, like a Bic lighter, from falling to the very bottom. So you have a storage vault. And I just dropped it on the floor. Wonderful. All right. So if anybody knows anything about paracord, it makes a little bit of noise that way, but in order to close up the frayed ends on the end when you cut it, you heat it up with a lighter and then just tap it closed and it'll seal. So it will no longer fray. Alright. So you might be thinking, well, what's the purpose of that little ledge on the inside? Well, it's to prevent your lighter from not getting stuck at the very bottom. Plus, on a side note, if you had this wrapped in survival cord or fishing line or something of that nature, and you still use the lighter, you can put tinder or all sorts of other things at the very bottom. So, I've got a carabiner here. Not a carabiner, a caliper. Losing my mind today. So let's see how deep this goes. I don't think mine goes far enough. Alright, it's that deep. So 127, oop, there you go, 127.8 millimeter, or 5.3 inches. So that's a pretty good depth. So you don't have to put a lighter in there. You could put money in there, maybe some spare change or a couple extra bills, stamps, maybe even a fishing kit. Lots and lots of options. And of course it's got the cap. Now the cap's got a hole in it. Take some microcord or fishing line or whatever you want and make a tether from here to here. Not everybody wants it, so they didn't include it. Alright, so what else is on here? Well, you have a really good cutter. Now you're going to say, well, Mr. Survival-gyver, that just looks like a razor blade. It is, as far as I can tell, but the angle that they have the notch in here cuts really, really well, and even really small parts. I made probably about 6 feet of paracord glitter. I'll show you what I mean by that. So, I have mine wrapped around this little front piece here so it stays in place. See, so it's pretty long there. And that's really just a little clamp to help hold it in place. I wrapped it a little extra, that's just what I do. But to cut, just pull. Seriously, it's that easy. So, now it's too short for me to get it to that side. What I'm going to have to do, put it through there. So it doesn't go any farther. And then there you go. So now I have 2 pieces of extra cordage material. Well, what can I do with that? Well, I said earlier, paracord glitter, which is literally just making really small pieces of paracord, and then I mix it with epoxy and make a candle or whatever else with it. All sorts of things you can do with paracord. But it is extremely easy. Let's see if I can do this with the camera in the way. I don't know if I can. 2 hands. It cuts like butter. So, now how small of a piece can you make? Well, let's see. If I could just barely hold it, you can make pieces that small. And that's what I've been doing as I'm playing with this, and so the cordage is getting shorter and shorter, but I have a lot of paracord, and I actually have an order with Atwood for some more. So, extremely good cutter. You can do it one-handed just fine when it's still connected, or with 2 hands just fine. It does appear to be replaceable. I didn't take it apart. I did take the paracord off, but I didn't try to take the blade out. I'm one of those people that, even with the best safety gear, will get injured. And I really don't want blood all over my workbench here. Again. Also, you'll notice this little indent here. Now, I don't know if that's there for a specific reason, but I did find a use for it. If you cut your paracord and it's frayed like this, and you heat it with your lighter, you can just take the end of it, so you don't have to burn your fingers on it, poke it in the hole, and it'll round over. So I don't know if that was the original intention, but it works. All right, so you have the accessory compartment, you got the gear loops. It's a small, compact design for the most part. I mean, it's about the size of a grenade, big grenade, but it is 100 feet. Well, it was 100 feet. So it's good. It's reusable, reloadable, and they have a smaller version of this called the Ready Rope Micro cordage. So take a look. You know, anything that's made in the U.S. is usually pretty good with me. So, you know, that is what it is in my opinion. I try to purchase locally, especially U.S. if I can. You'll notice a lot of my knives are not. They're in China. But unfortunately, most of that kind of stuff is done in China now. But this is made in USA, so they get my business. This normally goes for about $17 to $20, something in that range. And you can say, well, that's a lot for paracord, but it's not just paracord. It's got the, I can't think of the word at the moment, this little rig on the inside that still has storage. It's well designed. It's a well cutting piece. And you can do a lot with it. So that's it. Thank you for watching. And hopefully I won't have too much more glitter, because I have probably about 800 pieces of it floating around in my office here. It's just, I've used a lot of cutters that come with paracord spools, and this is by far the best one I've dealt with. This was well designed. The only thing I can think of that would have been maybe a tad better is if it gave you the option, if it gave you a small lanyard with it, but that's nitpicking. That's purely nitpicking, because I can come up with my own thing for that anyway. And I'm sure not everybody will use the piece on the bottom. If you listen to the noise, it does shake a little bit. And what that is that is literally the movement of the razor blade on the inside there. So there's not much I can do about that. But, you know, the way it's been designed and engineered, it's a damn good piece. And I never curse. And damn, might be a problem here. So that's it. That is the Atwood Ready Rope. Comes in various colors. Made in the United States by a government contractor. So, I mean, I know anything that's mil spec is probably garbage, especially if you've been in the military. Or they usually go by whatever the lowest budget is, or the best deal that they can get. However, Atwood makes quality parts, quality supplies. You can get stuff in, you can have them do custom paracord, have a paracord creator on their website. You can do bulk orders. They have sales all the time. Go take a look at them. I will have their link in the description. There is also, for Survival-gyver subscribers, you actually don't have to be a subscriber, but it would help so we can see what's going on. There is a 10% coupon code in the description. Survival-gyver. All one word, capital letters. I don't know if you could do lowercase. I can't try it myself. I'm not allowed. But for anybody that buys anything at Atwood Rope Manufacturing, they get 10% off their entire order. So give them a take a look. Give them a take. Wow, I cannot talk today. I'm sorry. But take a look at them. See if you like them. I love them. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Links will be in the description. Questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And I think that's it. Thank you for watching and have a glorious night.